have done.
Sitting in a near-empty office, outgoing Attorney General Jim Hood has no regrets.
My whole career as a DA, Assistant Attorney General, as Attorney General, has been fighting for the least among us, fighting for those who can't fight for themselves.
The four-term Democratic AG ran unsuccessfully against Tate Reeves in the governor's race. He believes the deciding factor was President Trump. He says the president's visit cost him the job.
I think when the president came in and started talking about impeachment, it wasn't what he was saying before, it was just tying that to impeachment. People were upset, still are. You know, on both sides, whether or not you believe it should happen or it shouldn't, people were emotional about that, and I think that people voted along partisan lines.
In the past, Hood had the support of his home region of the Golden Triangle. In the recent election, he did not get a strong bipartisan showing, but Hood is optimistic about change.
At some point, people will begin to vote their pocketbook rather than these other emotional issues like race and abortion and those kind of things. If people vote for what's in their pocketbook, working people, then you know, we'll see a change.
Jim Hood is a more conservative Democrat. He touts the more than $3 billion he brought to Mississippi as Attorney General. That includes money from the BP oil spill and going after insurance company following Katrina.
Katrina was, we still feel the impacts of that event. I mean, there are people down there still, you know, affected, lost loved ones and those kind of things. But that was a battle that lasted a couple of years, and then wasn't far right after that, you know, we got hit with BP, and it just devastated the economy down there. And, you know, we've got an event down there now that's just really worse than BP, and that's just fresh water.
The Mississippi burning case where KKK members torched a church and beat parishioners was reopened and tried by Hood. He thought that his career would have been over after that case.
To hold somebody accountable that took advantage and killed people that were trying to help others, you know, was rewarding. But it's probably the most rewarding thing is African Americans come up and shake my hand, and they will say nothing really. Some of the time they'll just say thank you, and you know that's what they remember that, and they know that somebody fought, you know, for those people who needed help.
Hood also touts his work in mental health and cracking down on child pornographers. As far as his political future and another run for governor, Jim Hood says he's going home, but not going away.
I think I've done my duty. You never say never. I've always heard that in politics, but you know, I've got 29 or 30 years in the retirement system, and I think I'm going to practice law in Houston, Mississippi. My dad's old office, he passed away a couple of years ago, and his office is sitting there, so I'll open up shop up there, and I'll still continue to stay in the fight.
Reporting in Jackson, Gerald Harris, 12 News.